Hello and welcome to the Sun Times Online DC Martini. My name is Sandeep. Right now, I have with me the heartthrob of millions, the current heartthrob of millions, actually, Mr. Siddhant Chaturvedi. Hello, Siddhant. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Siddhant, at the very outset, what exactly has changed according to your, I mean, as far as your perception is concerned, for the Bollywood industry, right from the time it began to this very day? Since, I mean, especially post the Gully Boy phase.
The most important thing is that I don't have to give any more auditions,
Okay.
and instead scripts are coming in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm glad that I can skip that queue of auditions, and I have a lot of choices to make from. I think the industry has really accepted me in a very warm way, and I'm gonna take it ahead from here, and I'm gonna go and work really hard, and the best is yet to come.
Mm-hmm. Especially, you have some very good projects lined
Yeah.
up. Especially, you've Shakun Batra's, Dharma Productions film with Deepika,
Yeah.
and along with that, you have Bunty and Babli.
Yeah.
Bunty or Babli, sorry, and
Yeah.
Babli. Nahi. So, how is that? I mean, tell us a little bit about those films.
Well, I took my time after the release of Gully Boy. There was a lot of, people really, the audience really, showered me with a lot of love. And then there was this pressure of what's next, next, pressure not in terms of, how I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna live up to, the expectations, but the pressure in terms of signing the next film. What's gonna be the next film? Is it going to be a lead? Is it going to be still supporting? But I was very clear that I always wanted to be, the lead, the protagonist, Indian film industry, mein hero. I was very clear because that was my dream, and then I had a chance, but I took my time. I just didn't want to encash it. I just didn't want to go and get carried away and just keep signing films and just doing it. I waited for a long time to have this opportunity, and when I had it, so I didn't want to abuse it. I really wanted to make the most of it. So I waited for the right script, something which has a sensible, content. So there were a lot of things which were a lot of factors which I had to consider. I had to be lead, had to be a good script, had to be a good director, had to be a big production house.
Okay.
And I waited. No, it was like I took my time, 8-9 months, because in every interview after that, people were like, "What's next?" I didn't say a word because I was waiting. I knew that there was something which was going to come, and because there were people who calling me, all the filmmakers of the industry. I've met them all. They really appreciated my work. So I had this confidence that the next one is going to be something good. So I waited my time. I took my time, and then after then Bunty or Babli got announced. And then 2 days later, Shakun Batra's film was announced. But yeah, I think it was worth the wait.
A double whammy of sorts, huh?
Yeah.
So, good. I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, since Gully Boy released. Are your parents still basking in the glory of the film?
They are.
Especially with I completely forgot. I mean, many congratulations to you on your big win in the recent award function.
So it was always a dream, and it was just not my dream. It was my parents' dream as well, because they were very supportive throughout my struggle phase. And when it has actually happened, they sometimes they refuse to believe it's actually happening. Sometimes because it's a boy who's the whole family had.
And you yourself are still sinking it in.
Yeah, they are. The day when the announcement came out, Bunty Babli or the Shakun one, they were just looking at the newspaper and they were like, "Wow, Yashraj, that was a dream once when I was 19. कि Yashraj का hero बनूंगा, Dharma, Karan Johar, Shakun Batra, Deepika Padukone," and I was like, "Wow, it was just happening," and it's very surreal, man. They're still sinking it in. It's quite a time. It's too much to handle right now.
So talking about Inside Edge too, you again reprising your role.
Yeah.
What exactly do you cull out of the character in terms of the growth of it?
Well, see, we had this wonderful season one. It was a success. Season two took a little more time to, because that time we were not sure if, because the web had just begun, the whole web thing. And then Gully Boy happened, and I had gained a lot of weight for Gully Boy, and then I had to match the continuity because that's my job. So again, I lost all the weight, went, and I was a part of Inside Edge 2, which was, again, it's been received very well. People are tweeting on Twitter, and people are, I think, quite amazed to see the transformation. But yeah, I think I am at peace because I think I did my job well there. Yeah. So,
You know, in many of your interviews, especially post Gully Boy, there were some really startling revelations of sorts, especially and you spoke to one of the interviewers, I don't quite remember the name, and you said, I mean, you were watching the film with your family,
yeah.
and you managed to completely distance yourself from MC Shade.
Yeah.
You were like, I was just watching this character on screen.
Yeah.
So when you were doing
Yeah.
it, uh, did you, in retrospect, kind of feel that these are certain parts, these certain portions that could have been done in a better way?
No, I don't. I just watched it once, and that too. That was after like 9 months. Because it took it was done in April, and it editing and stuff, and then it took 9-10 months to release. So when I was watching it, for me it was just the big day. The first time I'm gonna see myself on the big screen. My family, my dad was in tears, my mom was emotional, and I was watching. I don't know. It's the genius of Zoya Akhtar because I was watching it as a film. I did not watch it as oh, that's me and I know how I played it, I should have done it better. No. In fact, I just watched it as an audience. I was able to detach myself because the time had passed and it's not me. Sometimes because you overthink, you overdo things, and that's why it looks like acting. And I didn't want to do that. I believe in the very effortless. It should be. You just live that character, and then when it's done, you just leave and you become yourself, and you're ready like a canvas.
So you're a snap in and a snap out kind of an actor.
Yeah. So I just snap out of it. I'm not into rap. I was never into rap. That's not my world as Siddhant. But at the same time, I am aware. I'm aware of the whole. I was aware of the gully scene. I'm aware. Because you have to be aware because anything can come your way. So I'm like a blank canvas. Just waiting for the next character to. So it was very easy for me to go into Inside Edge. Not easy, but yeah. Again, you lose your weight and then you start. I do my homework and I start crafting the character and the emotional graph and everything. So I could detach myself, to be honest, and I didn't see me playing the character, because if I did that, then I think I would my job was not done rightly, because if I could see that it's me, or I should have, it's not me, it's a character, it's MC Shade, and I can totally detach. And sometimes I talk in like that, people like get a little what, it's you. I'm like yeah. And I talk about that character and like, okay, MC Sher was one of the characters, but as a film I think I mostly related to Murad. Like how life was going, the train song when it played, it was exactly my life that time, because my first film had released. The people around me, my relatives, the building friends, aunties, uncles, everybody was dancing with joy. So for me, the train song was playing, so I could totally relate to Murad, the aspiration, the hunger to follow your passion, and there are difficulties, but you kind of go and conquer.
And now the fact that you're doing Bunty Babli.
Yeah.
Have you seen the film, the original film?
I'm a huge fan of that film. I've danced in every party on all the songs.
Okay.
Dhadak Dhadak. I've danced as Abhishek. I've danced as Mr. Bachchan. I've danced as Aishwarya Rai also.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan. I was crazy about that film. It was an iconic film. I remember watching it the evening show. After that, I went and bought the cassette.
Okay.
And then I was playing it and I was dancing it. And then after that, in every party, everywhere I've danced, and never thought that I would step into Bunty's shoes. So it's quite exciting. And
So it's a surreal kind of an experience.
You don't know. Sometimes I just pinch me, man. It feels very, I don't know. It's just happening too fast, too soon.
So have you had any interactions with Aditya Chopra?
Yeah. So I heard the script the very next day. I wrote my own, way. I maintain a diary of every character I write. So I wrote as Bunty, recorded it on voice memos, and then put
Readings ho gaye film ke?
We have shot 60% of the film already.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went and I put some BGM. I made it. I made like a full proper presentation to him. Like, okay, this is what I think about the character. And he was so impressed that the word was going around in YRF. Like Arjun Kapoor met me like few days later. Like, you're the first actor who's still auditioning after being selected. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was.
So my next question to you, Siddhant, is from the looks of it, you're a choosy actor. I mean, you just don't pick anything and everything. I mean, it kind of reflects in your Instagram post as well.
Yeah.
So what exactly is that mindset behind you saying yes to a particular script? Or do you actually are you in a position to say yes to a particular, you choose a script?
Yeah, luckily, I kind of am now. Well, how do I choose a script? See, I've been a huge fan. I've been a huge Bollywood fan. Govinda fans. I've grown up watching Salman Khan sir, Shah Rukh sir. So I'm a huge Bollywood fan. And it started off being like I want to be a Bollywood hero, but then in my struggle phase, I was watching a lot of films, so I knew what was going out, what's happening outside, internationally, how cinema has evolved. So there's a balance which I try to strike in terms of art and commerce. At times you get both, which is Gully Boy, which is there's some content at the same time it's commercial. So that's something which I try to strike. I just can't do a film just for the sake of doing it, or else I would have my. It's been Feb and now I think just a week before my films are announced, I could have done something or just for the sake of announcing it. Ye chalo karo, kuch to karo. But that's not the thing. I really want to be able to believe in the script and the character. So it has to have some content. The same again coming back to Bunty or Babli, it's not something you're just making it because it took 15 years for Adi sir to come up with that one right concept. Which, so it's quite it's layered. It's just not a commercial. You just go and brainless thing. It's got some content which you'll see. At the same time, I don't mind doing that brainless OTT comedy because I enjoy Household. I enjoy those films. So I'm going to do that as well. So I'm going to just keep changing, shifting because I have a range from Govinda to Tom Hardy. Why not use it? So and Shakun's film, as you know how Shakun is.
Yes,
absolutely. Thriller zone. It's going to be a different kind of cinema. So I want to explore cinema, and I think every film is different, and every cinema, every taste is different. There's an audience for everything, even web. I don't mind getting back to web if I get like something really strong, because I think it's a longer format, it's a different thing. Now I binge on. I'm watching Peaky Blinders right now.
Okay.
So I binge a lot on web shows. So why not? Why miss out on that? So yeah, that's the thing. I want to be versatile. I just don't want to restrict or there's no one selling point. My selling point is I can be anything. I can do anything. You put me in any role, put me in any kind of cinema. May it be like a Bunty Babli or a Shakun or a Gully Boy or an action flick which is going to be announced soon by Excel, or maybe a OTT horror comedy which is again going to be there, or maybe an epic which is my or maybe a superhero film. I just want to do everything. There should be a range. There should be a range.
On that note, you've got to tell me what exactly are your reactions as of now, especially after Gully Boy is no more a part of the rat race for the Oscars.
I mean, it is a little. I mean, obviously, it's sad, but it's all right. I think it's my first film, and it went to the Oscars. The jury saw it. We got a lot of international exposure. Japan, America, everywhere. Still, I'm getting a lot of messages. So I think I'm fine. I think I'm okay. I'm just fortunate to be a part of that film, and if it made it to the Oscars, an official entry from India, I think it was a very happy day for me. I was just trying to enjoy, and so I'm okay. I'm fine.
Finally, before we leave you, Siddhant, you've got to tell me what exactly are the films. I mean, if you could perhaps pick a particular film for that matter, not one. I mean, it's up to you. One film, two films, three films for that matter. What is that one film that you perhaps would say, okay, fine, this is my benchmark and I would want to do something of this sort? For sure.
As an actor?
As an actor, yeah.
That restricts me, man. I mean, if I define that, in terms of I watch a film and I'm like, oh, wow, this is a great performance, and I wish that is me restricting myself. I could do the same performance in a very unexpected film, I feel, or sometimes you expect a lot that this is going to be performance oriented, and some people just play it subtle and don't perform because it's for the film. So I think it's according. It depends on the film, but I've enjoyed a lot of performances. Kristen Bale and Ford vs Ferrari, Peaky Blinders, Cillian Murphy. So I've enjoyed these performances, but it's not like I wouldn't want to do that because I want to do something original. I want to do something different. I want to do something maybe unexpected. When that's the beauty of it. Like you're like a magician. You don't just give them when they're not expecting it, or when they expect it, you give them something really different. And but I've been a fan of all these actors. Ranveer, especially the way he blends into a character. Ayushmann, his choice of films is phenomenal. Like these stories wouldn't have been told if nobody had picked, and he is killing it. Shahid Kapoor, he's great. His intensity, his fire is very palpable. These are some fabulous actors, but I don't know. I can't pick one film where I can't. I think I'm fine with just being a fan. I'm a fan. When I watch films, I'm a fan. I don't watch it as an actor. I don't judge them. I don't judge anything like that. I just watch that as a fan, and I watch all films. Mostly, I watch bad films.
Okay.
Yeah, because you learn a lot what not to do.
All right. So with that, we come to the end of this lovely conversation with Siddhant Chaturvedi, my name is Sadeep, with Hindustan Times Online, Desi Martini. Thank you so much.
Thank you.